This is farming, one of the best ways to print millions in Hypixel SkyBlock. But there is one problem. Farming is not for all players. I mean, just look how entertaining it is. So in today's video, I'll show you the farming experience so that you can see if farming is perfect. Some have made billions from farming, but at what cost? Your farming journey begins with wheat. A whole lot of it. Start by breaking some wheat for some progression. After breaking some wheat and selling it, get the rookie hoe and then do it all over again. Farm for the next 20 minutes to get a few farming levels. You are then given the diverse choice of going mining. That's all really. What in the world is mining doing in a farming video? I'm not done explaining yet. Go mine sand in the desert for mining levels, which gives SkyBlock XP. Trust me, you need a lot of SkyBlock XP before you start farming. Mining sand is much better than mining ores because mining ores for levels is so that's what I think of mining. Then after getting a few mining levels, which takes around 20 minutes, do literally anything else for SkyBlock level 5. At level 5, you unlock the garden, and that is the true start of your journey. The garden is a personal island where all the gardening happens. To unlock this area, talk to Sam, who has an actual tutorial for farming. In short, give Sam wheat for her to make some of her famous bread so that you can use it to feed these things called visitors. Jerry? No, I'm not serving Jerry. So it's time to start farming on the garden with its 10 different crops and 25 plots to plant the crops in. For example, plot of wheat, plot of cactus, and plot a la jungle. On the topic of jungle, you actually have to clear all this mess before growing anything. And once everything is cleared, you can finally get to farming. Just kidding! You see, if you use one of these lame farming presets, you get this. And that is a very big problem since you can't really farm efficiently with these. Like, look at this, I have to go all the way that way and all the way back. Super inefficient. So you have to build something that I like to call Mega Giga Hydra Amazinga Farm. I didn't just make up those words. This build allows the farmer, aka you after this video, to farm for long periods of time while not even playing the game. It has 4 layers which gives the crops at the top the time it needs to fully regrow, restarting the cycle. And don't even need to go back to the start of the farm, cause after farming all 4 layers, you just fall into the void and respawn right at the start. Take a look at Farmer Doodoo. Here he comes, and there he goes. Super efficient, 5 out of 5 stars, no drama. But seriously though, because of this build, farming is probably the most fun money-making method due to its AFK ability. On one screen you can be farming, and on the other screen you can watch movies. Peak gameplay. This of course gives a high opportunity to get banned from macroing, so gotta be careful man, the snitches be everywhere. So now it's actually time to farm, right? Yes, go. Like seriously, you can go now while you still wait. So here are some quick progression that farmers will go through for the first couple hours of their journey. Farm suit at farming level 3, melon armor at 25, croppy armor at level 30, squash at level 35, and lastly the coveted fermento set at level 40. All these farming armor sets give farming fortune, which in turn give you more produce and more money. I love money. But no, because you actually need 7 truckloads of farming fortune that actually costs a lot of money. Meaning, a part of having thousands of farming fortune, you'll make very little coins. And if you think getting the best armor set Fermento will fix your farming fortune problems, it only gives 130 fortune. So I think you know where this is going. You'll need a lot of upgrades. So you'll have to farm for years to get your money back. Also, for those curious how this fortune works, per 100 farming fortune, you get a 100% chance to double your drops. So if you're my level, aka not that high, I get 13 times the drops as usual. Also, if anyone is new here, please use a replenish enchantment, because without it, you can't replenish all the emotional damage you'll get without it. Anyways, this isn't all there is to farming. There are hourly contests hosted by Jacob which spice up farming quite a bit. But what I mean by spice up, I literally mean it's the same thing. Like, what am I supposed to do if I'm losing in a farming contest? Start farming faster? You can't really change anything. Depending how many crops you farm in a contest, Jacob will reward you with his own merch. Talk about shameless plugs, which you can sell for additional profit or use them to level up perks. Yada yada, blah blah blah. I'll talk about that later when the time is right. Back on visitors for a second. They play a key role in farming since they visit your garden for your beautifully, wonderfully tasteless produce. They pay you with copper, which can also be used for profits and perks much like Jacob's contest. But once you completely max out the copper shop, they become quite useless, so people usually refuse to serve these visitors. Have fun refusing several thousand visitors. But Mystic, why don't you just not talk to all of them? Good observation, but no. Check your visitors, as there are some really rare drops that some of these guys have. Like the librarian that can drop a $100 million book. So, free money, I guess. But do you know what else is free? Supporting me with a quick slap of the like and subscribe button. Like I said, it's 300% free and will help me out greatly. Moreover, if you're enjoying this video, comment down below if I should turn this video into a series. So, it's time for you to choose what crop you'll farm for the next 3,000 years of your life. Wheat farming makes decent profit, but not the most money. Farm carrots if you'd like to supply my pet rabbit with an infinite source of carrots. If you want to live the life of Technoblade during the Great Potato War, farm potatoes. For those who like gambling, farm pumpkins or melons, cause both have an RNG system which gives you even more melons and pumpkins. Continuing, sugarcane makes okay profit, or something. And for those chocolate manufacturers that source 100% of their cocoa without child labor, I wonder why so many SkyBlock players farm cocoa. And if you farm netherworts, cactus, or mushrooms, I don't really know. I couldn't find a joke for these. No budget. So, pick one. I personally like farming carrots. Moving on, it's now time to stick to that one crop and get your money, since the more you farm one crop, the more stats you get. The next 10 years of your life will be trying to get even more farming fortune so that you can make slightly more coins and in return get better at Jacob's contests. Getting good at contests either give you bronze, silver, or gold medals. The medals can be traded for perks, which give over 135 farming fortune in total, including the ability to get from farming level 50 to 60, which gives 40 more fortune. Very importanto. Other upgrades can take ages to get. For example, maxing out the cultivation enchantment, which takes a small 100 million crops farmed. And you might think you'll be rewarded big time for grinding hours upon hours, but nope, it only gives 20 fortune at max level. Of course, classic Hypixel. Oh yeah, some guy on the dev team thought it would be fun to add pests to the garden and make everything worse for everyone. Thank you, dev. I think pests were added to the game due to basically all farmers macroing. Farming's that boring. Nevertheless, the only positive thing about these pests are that they do give some farming fortune. But they are that annoying that I don't even care about the farming fortune they give. And the sad thing is that they decrease your farming fortune up to 75% if you don't use a vacuum to destroy all the pests. Overall, F tier. So, it's finally time to answer the most important question about farming. How much does it make? It really depends on how much farming fortune you have. For example, when you start farming, you basically have 0 fortune, meaning you only make a few 100,000 to a billion coins. At mid-level, aka my level, you would make around 9 million an hour, and apparently at maximum farming fortune, you can make over 18 million per hour. If you think that is very bad compared to mining, which makes over 40 million an hour, remember, farming is basically AFKable so that you can literally do anything else while farming. Play other games, eat food, sleep, or even help me with my math homework. Guys, I don't know what 1 + 1 is, please help. So let's take a look at the average day of a SkyBlock farmer. John is a professional wheat farmer with a bright future of farming. And would you look at that, more farming. After a full day of hard work, he comes home with nothing more than 4 million coins. And after years of grueling toil, he has saved up enough to buy a single chicken nugget, only to repeat the process the next day. Whoa, what an inspiring story. Anyways, that's the farming experience. This method makes a lot of money, but it has its downsides. Oh, Mystic, I know. The cost of farming is carpal tunnel, no fresh air, no friends, no life, and no IRL money. Whoa, you got it all. So if this video was helpful yet entertaining, please pat that like and subscribe button for 500 clout to help me reach 2k subs before the next lifetime. Thanks for sticking to the end, and peace. Watch this video on screen for another 500 clout.